Most of you guys have probably heard of Oaxaca, and some of you have probably heard of Dia De los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. And all of you, I assume, have heard of Halloween. Now, while Dia de los Muertos and Halloween share some of the same traits and origins potentially, and obviously they happen around the same time of year, they are completely different celebrations. I've been lucky enough to get some accommodation in this city during this time because, let me tell you, it is not easy. I'll talk about that a bit more later. But today, me and Felicia are gonna go enjoy one of the free walking tours they run every day here. So let's go check out what this city's all about. Okay, we made it here on the walking tour now. The guide seems really cool and really knowledgeable. Definitely a big tip for any city you're in the world, not even just Mexico, is to have a look and see if they have free walking tours. We were dumb, we missed out on Mexico City, we didn't actually really look, but these are a super good way to get your bearings of whatever city you've just landed in, obviously get some really good information about the local culture and cuisine and what to see, what to do. They're just absolutely a must if you're going to any city. Obviously, I'm not going to record this entire walking tour. This gentleman's been amazing so far. We've been learning about Francisco Toledo, who's like a famous artist in the city, and all the things he did, like beating the crap out of McDonald's and getting them out of the city. We learned Nacho Libre was actually, if anybody knows Nacho Libre, that was one of my late best friend's favorite movies. That was filmed entirely in Oaxaca. Super cool, man. As I said, there's so many things you're going to learn from a free walking tour that you wouldn't otherwise. You know, there's just so many little random facts. We've been learning about the governors here and, you know, their corruption, stealing certain things. It's just been really cool.
Yeah, tejate.
Tejate. So tell me about tejate.
Tejate is made, it's not gross, it's actually really delicious.
It does look a bit poopy though.
Yeah, but it's actually like some form of seed of a vegetable. And it's a mixture of, don't ask me what it is, but it's just delicious. And you have to have it on a hot day and have it while it's like ice cold.
It definitely looks like muddy water, but it is super delicious. And the white, whatever that white chunky stuff on it too is, it definitely does not look appealing, but...
Uno, ¿cuál? Tepezate, Tobalá, Madre Queen?
You pick.
Tepezate.
Any. Gracias.
Surprise me.
Mezcal, we've learned today from our tour guide that mezcal is the best stomach ache healer. Here I was drinking Pepto-Bismol like the gringo I am, when really I should have just been drinking mezcal every day. I've never had someone give me such permission to drink booze before. Oh, gracias. Wow. Woo. Got some chili powder stuff, some oranges. Okay, so with mezcal, this is what we learned the other day. Except with the chili, we didn't have the chili before. This is just a random addition, but I know with the oranges, I'm gonna have the chili first. Then you have some orange. And unlike what we are taught in Western society, you're not supposed to down the entire shot. What did she call it? You're supposed to have a sip? Besitos. Besitos. A little sip. For anyone who actually likes tequila, this is a million times better. No burn in your throat. The taste is still just as strong, but then you swallow and you're like, oh, there's no burn.
Yeah, gracias.
All right, now by recommendation of our fantastic tour guide, we have got some memelas, which is one of the foods we haven't tried yet. We got chorizo with some potato chunks and what looks like feta cheese, but I don't think it is.
And we also have the squash blossom, which I think they call flor, with cheese. The stringy cheese.
Queso.
It's quesillo.
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 There you go. They also spread like the bean paste all along the bottom of it as well. So good. And of course, everything comes with salsa. I hope you like spicy food, because if not, you're in trouble. So that was kind of like a classic stop on this walking tour, apparently, of Oaxaca, is at that little market. Whoa. Where, of course, they sell mezcal and memelates. Oh, God, I'm still learning. But really cool stop. We have about a half hour left, and he's going to be telling us a little bit more about how they actually celebrate Dia De Los Muertos here, which is going to be great. Because when you're roaming around, if you actually know what's going on, I guess it helps to make it a bit more of an enjoyable experience. So.
In Mexico, advice, you're not allowed to drink in the street, okay? But if you're in a parade, you are allowed, okay? So that's what I can tell you, always keep an eye with this, guys, because I've seen people sometimes drinking and the police are just like, easy money, maybe.
Right.
So all of the time, guys, if you're gonna be drinking in the street, if you're in a parade, you can do it. If not, advice as a local, just put it in like a little flask and then just drink it like that. That's the advice I can give you. But that's more or less the type of parade that we celebrate. Sorry, man.
This guy right here, best tour guide in Oaxaca.
Thanks so much. Thank you, man.
Absolute legend. Thank you so much,
you,
brother.
mate, yeah?
Super informative.
Thanks so much, mate. Yeah, see you around. Take care.
So, advice for first day on arrival in Oaxaca: wander around, check out the different little neighborhoods. Everywhere is actually a lot closer than it seems. We thought we were ages away from our hotel, but it's actually really only a 5-minute walk. 2, absolutely check out the walking tour. So it is free. They recommend tips. We actually gave him 100 pesos because he did such a fantastic job. So at the end of the day, that is well worth it for all the knowledge and the areas you're going to get to see. And of course, the information on food. That is key. What an awesome morning it has been so far. Just come back to the hotel for the afternoon to freshen up a little bit. I just had a cold shower, feel like $1,000,000. But I've also come back here to talk to you guys about what I said I was going to discuss with you earlier on in the video. Oaxaca during Dia De Los Muertos. How much is it? Where should you stay? Our accommodation itself, etc., etc. So if you were to right now go on Airbnb or Booking.com and have a look at the Zocalo of Oaxaca, which is the centro area, you're going to see that there are boatloads of nice hotels and hostels and loads of accommodation available. Now, if you look during Dia de los Muertos, which is October the 28th generally until the 3rd of November, those are kind of the key dates for Dia de los Muertos. If you are looking within that time frame, there's a couple things you're going to find. One, if you're not looking in advance, you're going to see that there is very, very limited options left available. People book this out, I've heard, up to a year in advance. Now, me and Felicia, being the silly non-bookers, or however you want to put it, me and Felicia looked at this very last minute, and there was not many options, and there was multiple occasions where we were just about to pay or book an accommodation, and when we refreshed the page, it was gone. Very key tip. A lot of accommodations in Mexico will actually only put a certain number of rooms on Booking.com, Airbnb, or really any other platform. So if you find an accommodation that says it is fully booked out on any of those sites, have a look, find their WhatsApp number. Generally, a lot of places will have WhatsApp. Message them and ask if they have availability. Most of the places we found, which ended up being outside of our budget, but most of the places we found actually replied and said, yes, we have 2 rooms available, or whatever it may be. Now, as a little bit of a bonus tip, and as we learned today, there are other suburbs, maybe you want to call them, around Oaxaca Central that apparently have really, really cool parades and loads happening as well, besides just the Centro. One of those locations is called Xoxo, spelled XOXO. And we are going to go visit there tomorrow because apparently in the evening they have a lot of really cool stuff on as well. So there's a lot of areas that are around 20 minutes away. You can get there by public bus or obviously an Uber, whatever works for you. But there are other areas around that are probably worth checking out. We just didn't really do the research, so it would probably be a lot easier if you're like us to just try and stay in the Zocalo area. Now, all of that leads me to my next point, which is our accommodation itself. So we are staying at a beautiful little hotel called El Rincón de Dona Betty. This super cute little hotel is located a 5-minute walk from the centro of Oaxaca. It was genuinely one of the last places we could find, but we're super stoked because it's a beautiful little gated hotel with, safety, locked rooms. Our bedroom actually has 2 beds, a great little ensuite bathroom, and the place itself is just covered in lovely plants and flowers. It has a little rooftop in the morning where we can do workouts or yoga, whatever. So that's it. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming in Oaxaca. There's going to be many more vlogs we're going to do here during Dia de los Muertos. Super excited to share that with you guys. If you did enjoy this video, check out some of mine and Felicia's other videos from when we were in Mexico City. If not, up to you. And as always, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.